jeans on, hanging off their behind, drawers all showing. Dude got a mohawk. I mean, come on, man. That's astonishment. Come on.
Again he said unto me,
hell, men ain't even the men they was 30, 40 years ago. What sports athlete out here has a manly spirit like how?
Get his bro. Get Ashore.
Hey, Ashore. What athlete you know today is as manly as Jim Brown back when he was playing sports? What man today you know, besides that's in the sports world, that's like Fred Williamson? That's why I said even the men from 30, 40 years ago ain't the same.
Got it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
Yeah, what's that breath? The knowledge of the Heavenly Father. Give me St. John 6:63. What's the breath that the Most High is talking about?
St. John 6 verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The word that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
They are spirit and they are life. The truth. That's why I said.
I'm sorry. I got scripture.
No, I'm sorry.
Wisdom of Solomon 7:25. No, 7:24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defoul thing fall into her.
And that's why we're known as the bones in that Ezekiel the 37th chapter. No breath of the wisdom of the knowledge of the Heavenly Father in us, man. All right? Come on.
Ezekiel 37 verse 6. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin.
Yeah. Now, you got some dudes, you got some of our people who know they're Israelites, but they ain't got the breath in them. They ain't got the correct knowledge to bring down to the scripture. Hell, you got Israelites in Brooklyn that don't believe in Yahweh Shai, don't believe in the Christ. They don't got the breath in them. You got some groups out there calling themselves Israelites teaching about a virgin birth, teaching that there's a hell under the ground. So that's why it says they ain't got the breath in them. But they got skin. Why? Because they know who they are. They know they're Israelites. And some of them, they teach that what? Only Judah is going to be saved. We ain't dealing with the rest of the other tribes. So there's a lot of in hindsight, there's a lot of madness being taught within Israel. Come on. Oh, then you got idiots out there that say Esau isn't the white man. It's enough to fuck some of you people up, man. I'm telling you, man. It's enough, man. Come on.
And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live.
And now the Lord said, look, that's why there's some people, some brothers who knew that there was Israelites, but until they found the men at GMS, starting with the Ella Tahar, Ryan Lob, and Gabar, then they was like, oh man, I knew I was an Israelite, but damn, breakdowns, man. But damn, they getting that word in them. That's why he got shows, you know, they had to show the Bible speaks truth. Nah, no problem, bro. You know?
Micah 3 is, the point is in 3, but I'll read 1, right, going into the skin. It says, and I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil?
Yeah, the leaders of our people, they hate the good, which is the truth of this Bible, man. Because a lot of the leaders call themselves like Reverend Jesse Jackson. He ain't teaching this Bible. He's teaching lies, man. Nigga always say you are somebody. Well, nigga, who the hell are we? You are somebody. Motherfucker, tell us who we are.
It says, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off of them and their flesh from off their bones.
Nah, you don't gotta keep the laws no more, brother. We saved by grace. No, Israel's done away with. We can all be Israelites now. Spiritual Israel.
Yep. It says, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off of them and break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot and as flesh within the cauldron.
That's crazy.
So basically these fake ass pastors, you could throw comfy up in there.
Oh, right? Hell yeah.
They are basically preparing people for the slaughter, preparing them for destruction. Alright, flaying their skin off of them. Because the skin is their identity. Alright, these guys out here in these different churches and these holes in the walls, they're not teaching our people who they are, that they're Israelites, about what tribe they come from. So basically what they're doing is they're ripping their identity. They're doing the so-called white man's job. You know what the so-called white man set them up to do, which is teach them anything you want, but don't teach them that they're Israel. Alright, because that's their identity. The scriptures say, prepare thyself for the search of thy fathers. Alright, who are our fathers? The Israelites. Alright? Abraham, Jacob, the Lord himself, Yahushua, King David. Those are our fathers, that's our identity. Our identity that we are Israelites, not African Americans, not whatever other bullshit they might throw at you, not Muslim, alright? None of that bullshit. So all these guys out there, especially those who know that they're supposed to be teaching that, you people that you're Israelites, that you're from such and such tribe, that the Lord only came for you, the Lord didn't come from the white man, the Lord's going to destroy them. But too, the scriptures also say that if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall in the ditch. So if you're not chosen to make it, when you hear those things, you're gonna believe it, and you're gonna fall into that pit. And that pit is the nuclear destruction. You know? No, that's a point.
Jeremiah 12 verse 10. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard.
Damn. Yo, read that. Call that and read that.
Jeremiah 12 verse 10. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard.
Ooh. Many pastors have destroyed the vineyard. What's the vineyard of the Lord? The nation of Israel. When you go back to those parables in the New Testament, when the Lord talked about, and there was a man who was a householder who had a vineyard, man. Oh, shit, you know? The pastors. Now, what do most they call themselves? Pastor this, Reverend so-and-so, Bishop, such and such Kinsey. You know, and not only that, those are flattering titles like Job talked about, man. Job said what? Give me not flattering titles. Come on.
Yeah. They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness.
Yeah. Because let's go back to the start. When you go back into the ancient world, well, first of all, how the fuck we get here? You had niggas back in the ancient world telling our people what? To worship Baal, to worship Astaroth, to worship Chemos, to worship Molech, to sacrifice their children, burn incense to Baal, make cakes to Baal. You have leaders that did that. These same wicked niggas you see today telling lies were them same wicked niggas back in the ancient world. What happened? Let's dissect this. Let's go back. Give me 2 Kings, the 17th chapter. Start at 1, man. That chapter right there, man. I mean, there's many chapters, but that one right there, you read that, man. That's like the whole shebang. What happened?
Explains it all.
Explains it all. Niggas going wild, man. Then during the time of the judges, you had motherfuckers that set up gods in their houses. You had the Danites, right, that took the dude who the man made the priest and took his gods and set them up, man.
Well, shit. What about right after the Lord delivered them out of Egypt.
Oh, man.
Right after they got delivered, they went back to worshiping the golden calf. All right, went back to worshiping idols. So the Lord told Moses to destroy them. All right, that's the next. Right after they got delivered, they went right back to worshiping idols. You know, then when they was going through the wilderness, they were complaining. You know, and the Lord just delivered you from the Egyptians, from 400 years of hardcore slavery. All right, swallowed them up in the sea, and then right after that, you go back and worship some idols. That's a stone cold nigga.
And you know who was the spearhead of that? The nigga woman. Let's get it right. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, the men who was leading that bullshit like Korah, Abraham, and Dathan, then who was right with them? Nigga woman. Nigga woman's always with any damn thing. You tell her, hey, it is, you meet a woman, you meet one of these nigga women out here, she's like, oh, I want to go to Red Lobster. You be like, I don't eat lobster. You don't eat lobster? You eat shrimps? You eat crabs?
You gotta say right,
Scrimps and all that. Like everything that's contrary to the Most High, she has no problem with it. What? You don't like me having a girlfriend? You don't like the menage a trois? No, bitch. You got the wrong men up here. Come on.
2 Kings 2 verse 1.
2 Kings 17.
Second Kings 17 verse 1. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hosea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years.
Now, what was going on in Samaria? Jeroboam set up 2 golden calves, put one in Dan and put one in Bethel. They was worshiping that. Okay? All the kings that came after Jeroboam. So you got to understand history. The nation of Israel was broken into 2. Judah, Benjamin, Levi stayed with Rehoboam. The rest of the tribes went with Jeroboam, which was an Ephraimite. Which when King Solomon heard that the tribes was going to be rent, he wanted to kill Jeroboam, but Jeroboam went what? Down into Egypt. And when King Solomon was dead, that's when he came back up to Rehoboam. And what did the people came to Rehoboam to say? Are you going to be lighter than us to your father? What did he say? I'm going to be harder on you. I should be thicker with one finger than my father's loins. Now Solomon had 1,000 wives, man. All right? So he forsook the counsel of the old men, took the counsel of the young men, and the tribe and the nation of Israel was split into 2. The kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. So you can understand. Now, all the kings that came after Jeroboam and Israel were wicked. The only one that did something halfway, fuck you too, Satan.
Let's see.
Because he's the prince of the air.
You know what? Let me see this.
All right? So, now, after all the only king in Israel, you know, who ruled the northern tribes that did something halfway right was Jehu. Because Jehu destroyed Baal and the temple of Baal. After that, I mean, all the kings, Ahab, the Lord had it prophesied where King Jeroboam, right? All his family was going to be destroyed. There was going to be none that pissed up against the wall. Not only that, none of his sons was going to be buried. The dogs was going to eat their body. And the dogs was going to lick up the blood. There's only one son Jeroboam had that didn't see that fate, and that was the little baby. Why? Because the Lord said, I found something in him that was something right. So he was the little baby was the only one to have mercy, and the Lord just had him plagued with a sickness and he died. Come on.
So, 2 Kings 17 verse 1. In the 12th year of Ahaz, the king of Judah, began Hosea the son of Elah to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the king of Israel that were before him.
Right, because the king of Israel was out of their mind. They were gone. They were gone. Come on.
Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria,
Yeah.
and Hosea became his servant and gave him